I like to bang,
Yeah, yeah,
or some bong. I like it. Yeah.
yeah.
Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now.
The 4th of July. Did you go out and do anything on the 4th?
Yeah, we went to Jersey City, and we ate at some restaurant and watched all the, what is it called? The stuff
Fireworks?
they blow in the air. Yeah, fireworks,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, and that's it. That was enough.
What do you think? What do you think about the 4th of July and how Americans celebrate it as a foreigner? It's kind of interesting, right?
Yeah, well, they enjoy every time they can, so that's good. It's whatever you can, you try to enjoy it. So
Definitely, definitely.
yeah.
What about the American food? Did you get to get some barbecue, anything like that?
Yeah, actually, like I have some friends, relatives lives here, so maybe we did twice barbecue on the weekends, so it's kind of nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love it.
definitely, definitely. Yes, yes, for sure. You're in the U.S. You're in training camp. Where are you working?
Oh, the team. It's I train at the gym. It's called K Dojo Warrior Tribe. We have there Azamat Murzakanov. He's a UFC fighter, and me, and we have a guy named Wilson Drugini. He's an Albanian guy. He's a Cage Fury champion. And we have another guy comes from Dagestan, Shamid Khan. He also fights in Ring of Combat, Cage Fury. These are like high level guys we're training with. So we have good guys around. Yeah.
Yes, definitely, definitely high level guys and the coaches. Like, who are your coaches?
I have only one coach, to be honest. Like his name was Murat Keshtov. Maybe you know him. So he's our coach for everything, you can say. But basically for MMA, we do MMA. So sometimes we go to other gyms like Marcelo Garcia, and that's for grappling. And we go for sparring Tiger Schulmann. I don't know if you know that gym,
Oh
but
yeah, for sure.
they have good high level fighters, UFC fighters, PFL fighters. So we go there and do sparring with them. We have like we know each other for a long time. So
Okay,
yeah,
so some solid cross training at Tiger Schulmann's.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, yeah, because who's over there? Shane Burgos, right?
Shane
Lyman
Burgos,
Good.
yeah, yeah, and Jimmy Rivera is there,
Yes,
and Mike Trezano,
yes,
and Rainfall, like good guys. A lot of they
yes.
have still more guys, but
Those are just the famous ones, but there's always
yeah,
good guys in every gym,
okay,
right?
yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot of high level guys. Yeah,
You're returning on July 22nd, and you're returning back to London, back to the
yeah,
O2 Arena. It's like the same location, right? It's kind of deja vu a little bit.
yeah. If I knock this guy out in first round, it's gonna be deja vu. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I
Um,
asked for that place actually, for
oh,
Auto Arena because it's easier for my family to come.
mhm.
That's why. Yeah, and I like that place. Why not? You know.
How important is it for you to have your family there at the fights?
Well, it helps a lot, and a lot of my friends can come easily because in United States you need a lot of like you need visa and stuff. So not everyone has it. So, and London is very close to us. Like where I come from, Israel, it's like 2 hours. No, 4 hours flight, 3 hours, something like that. It's very close.
Your opponent, Chris Duncan, another UK guy. They always want you to fight the hometown guys.
Yeah. Oh, well, we fight in London. Of course, gonna be some one of their guys. Uh,
Um, what do you think of Duncan and his fighting style?
he's a good fighter, of course, because in UFC, right? Everyone who's in UFC is a good fighter. So he looks strong. He like he looks big, and I don't underestimate no one. And but I don't focus on what he's gonna do or how good he is. I'm focusing on what I can bring to the fight. You know, so I'm focusing on myself, what I can do in a fight. So it doesn't matter what he can do actually. Like I'll try my best, you know, to knock him out, submit, whatever comes, you know, I'll try to win. And that's it. That's the end of the story.
Yeah, well, you bring the hammers. We know that. We seen you on
Yeah.
the big screen, ESPN.
Yeah. I like to, you know, bang, you know,
Yeah.
or some bomb. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. How was it after that? Because when you get that UFC exposure, especially the way you made your debut, it was just spectacular, right? Just extremely
Yeah.
violent. You know, did you gain a lot of fandom? What was the
Oh
aftermath?
yeah. A lot of fans. Like for example, my Instagram was like 2,500 maybe, and now today it's like 11,500. So it kind of
Wow.
went up very fast in one fight. I mean, for me it's a lot because before that I was, you know, nobody know about me too much, and you know, a lot of good comments I have. So I'm happy with that. You know, they like me. So that's the most important thing, you know. So people like you, how you
Yeah.
fight. So I hope to bring that and again in a fight. You know what I mean? So you know, if you can do that every fight, you're gonna be famous very quick.
Yeah,
That's the
definitely.
goal. You know?
Yeah. Your debut, 75-second knockout, of course. Did you feel any nerves at the start of that fight?
Well, you know, every fight you feel nervous a little bit, but to be honest, was my first fight. Like, you know, first fight in a big stage. And when I start coming into the cage, when I saw the audience, like, wow, you know, I was more excited than nervous because I have never experienced that stuff. You know what I mean? So I kind of more was happy. I was more happy than nervous. So, I mean, it was okay, you know?
Do you feel like it helped you with your performance? That excitement, like, hey, these people are here for me. I'm gonna have to go out there and do something.
I usually like, you know, when there's a lot of people, I like it more because, you know, so you can show people what you can do, you know, and, you know, every time the crowd, you saw like when I knock them out, everyone was like shouting there. So they didn't believe it. So it kind of gives you energy, more adrenaline, you know. So I like it, of course.
And the reactions from the Israeli fans back at home, what was it like?
Well, they liked it very much. Like, and they say like I made the history in Israel, you know, because I was the first guy who did knockout from Israel. I mean, the first guy who did knockout in his debut. So I have something in my resume, you know. Now,
Yeah,
it's good.
It's great.
Yeah, a lot of
That's
people like
great.
me. Yeah, everyone was positive vibe, you know. So that's good. I mean, I like it.
Definitely. And before you made your UFC debut, you competed on the PFL Challenger Series, and you went into
Yeah.
that fight 3 rounds. You got the decision win. I'm pretty sure you learned more from that fight compared to your UFC debut. Talk about the PFL Challenger Series fight and how it helped you perform, moving forward.
Yeah, PFL. It was weird for me. I don't know. I was ready in my mind and everything, but I went into the fight and I don't know. I think when I look at it today, I felt I like hold it back when I punch. Like when I fought, I hold back a little bit. I don't know why. Maybe because of my opponent. Because usually when my opponent goes hard, that's when I go hard, like as hard as I can. So with him, I don't know. It was weird. You know what I mean? It was like more. Like it's hard sparring, not fighting. So that's why I was holding back a little bit, and it kind of went on for 3 rounds, you know, to decision. And he made me wrestle him too. I don't know. It's like sometimes you just get stuck into something and you just keep going with that. And yeah, you know, I'm happy with the result. I win after all. But you know, I just like to knock people out, you know, or submit them. I don't know, but I mean, whatever, you know, it is what it is. So I'm happy with the result too.
Well, heading into your UFC debut, a lot of people didn't really know who you were, right? And then 75 seconds later, they know that you're a knockout artist. Now they know, right?
Yeah.
So now coming into this fight, they're gonna think, oh, he's just a knockout artist, and it kind of helps you, right? Because now you could show different parts of your game.
Oh yeah. Like you know, people how they are when they see something. The last thing you did, they right assume that you are that type of guy. You know, like you said. So I knock him out. Now everybody's gonna expect me to knock that guy out again. You know, But like you said, I mean, I can wrestle too. I can knock out people. I can submit. I have everything. It just, you need a little bit luck too in the fights, because not always it goes in your way. Uh, well, I don't care too much about what people say. You know what I mean? I'm sure I'm gonna bring something to the fight. I mean, people will like it. You know, so that's why I don't care too much. I just want to win and keep moving forward.
Yeah,
That's it.
definitely. And what are you expecting out of yourself in this fight coming up?
Well, like I said, listen, I know myself. I know I have the power, and I know if I just find that one punch, I can knock everyone out. So I just need that one punch. That's it. To land one punch, doesn't matter where, to the head, to the chin, whatever. I know I'm gonna knock everyone out, and I just need to find it. That's it. So I'm looking for that. You know what I mean? Every time I go to the fight, I'm looking for that one punch, and yeah, that's it. If that doesn't work out, you try another stuff. You try wrestling, whatever comes. But usually I go for a knockout all the time. That's my style.
You're like a sniper. Yeah,
Yeah.
right? You're like a sniper. You're
Just
looking
need to
for that
find the
shot.
head, and that's it. Yeah, just need to find the moment in the head. That's it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You know, you're fighting for the second time in London. Are there any other spots that you want to fight as your UFC career moves on?
Yeah, of course, of course. I want to fight in Dubai too. Because first of all, because the income tax is zero there, so
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
money comes to you. That's the first. That's the first part. Which, because man, in London, in USA, they take a lot of tax, man.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason. But I want to be in Dubai too. I want to see, like, there's and this time there are a lot of people that come from Russia. A lot of people, high level fighters training there. So I want to be there. Have experience, like how they are and everything. So yeah, I want to fight there as well.
Nice,
In
nice.
Dubai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Everybody talks about that. No income tax.
Yeah, everyone wants to fight in Dubai. It's a good place.
For sure. Are there like who has like inspired you, like the old school generation of fighters, like when you were younger, like who inspired you to?
Well, listen, before I just started watching UFC maybe 2 years ago when I came back. I fought in 2017, 1 year, 3 fights in 1 year. I fought, and then I stopped because I got married and stuff. I was working. Long story. So I came back after 3 years and a half, and for like in this sport. So only then I start watching MMA. UFC. Sorry, UFC. Back then I was just, sometimes I'm seeing results who won. I just knew Conor because he had the big name, but I didn't watch his fight. Also, I just knew his story, why he did, because people were talking about him.
Yeah.
And before, I don't know. I mean, I just liked my whole life fighting, wrestling, whatever, like kicking, jumping. I don't know, like but mostly we saw like Jackie Chan, you can say, when we were kids. But yeah, that's it. Just I was watching fights, everyone fighting, like Mike Tyson and Akimbo Slice. I don't know, in the streets when he fought, stuff like that. And that's it. That's my story. Yeah.
Have you always had that power, like since you were young?
Yeah. I kind of had that
Alright.
power. Yeah, I actually started on my own when I was 17, 16. I started like training on a bag. I was watching like in YouTube, some combos they do, mostly like the boxing, because I started with boxing first. On my own, I started on a bag, and I went to boxing. I tried it, and then I stopped. After like 2 years, I started MMA then. So I kind of was training on a bag, like heavy shots all the time. I was training. So since then I have the power shots. Since then. So since 16, 15, whatever, I had the power shots. It's in me, So you can say that's my style.
Yeah. You're born with it. You're born with it.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
Well, we're
Yeah.
gonna see some power shots, man. July 22nd, UFC Fight Night in London.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for the time, and
Thank you.
all the
very
best
much.
in the fight.
Thank you.
I'm gonna enjoy this. This is a great matchup.
Yeah, of course. Yep.